Hello, everybody. How are you? Whew. I feel like I just got an MBA in psychology watching that last presentation by Nir. That was awesome. I'd like to talk about advocacy and how we build brand love. As Jim mentioned, we have a product that we hope has really made people excited about sharing it with their friends. And so what I'm going to talk about today is how we at Hootsuite have empowered our community, building on what Fred talked about this morning around understanding customers, delivering a great customer experience, and then tying it into those triggers on how you get your customers to share your information, to recommend your product to their fans. What we've done at Hootsuite, for those that aren't aware, we've been around since 2008. We have 11 million users around the world in 175 countries. That is because the fans love Owly and what we represent. And so what I'm going to do, I have a trigger for everybody, is that those that want to share anything about this presentation with the hashtag Advocamp, we have some awesome prizes to give out, including Owly, which is our most coveted piece of swag. And we happen to have a very easy trigger where we have a button here to say right away, I'm very photogenic. Share photos of me with the hashtag Life of Owly. And Life of Owly even has a Facebook page where people can follow along. So Owly has been hiking up mountains, has been with new babies that are born in the hospital. So all of our fans have been sharing Owly. So we would love to be able to share our culture with you. And that is part of how we build brand love. And in fact, I wanted Fred to see that we actually have tattoos. So we have tattoos to give away as well, which happen to be our campfire tattoos. So I'm going to talk about how we do this and how this makes us tick and how we are able to take a freemium product that is with consumers as well as small business all the way up to large enterprise. All right, so I wanted to kick off with some statistics because I think this does all start with the business impact. And we know that loyalty drives business. It costs 80% less to retain a customer than acquire a new one. And we know that if we can increase retention rate by just 5%, you get 95% profits over the lifetime. You're looking at the lifetime value of your customer. And at Hootsuite, we understand that advocacy drives our loyalty, and loyalty is helping us retain our customer base. And in a SaaS environment, those of us in SaaS understand we have to earn our customers every day. Every day we have to be able to listen and respond and adjust. So what I'm going to talk about is how we listen and respond and adjust to our customers, and that's through a program that we have called our Brand Ambassador Program. We have grown this program over the last 4 years. We now have 950 ambassadors around the world. Many of them are watching today. I think we were trying to meerkat stuff. We're meerkatting here to our ambassadors around the world who are tweeting and so excited. And if it weren't for them, we would not be where we are today because they're the ones that are helping champion social media, championing the power of sharing a brand and their experience. So let's go ahead and take a look at the video.
You're already an ambassador for social media, an ambassador for communications, and an ambassador for forward thinking in an ever-changing world. Now it's time to take the next step and become an ambassador for Hootsuite. Hootsuite ambassadors are social media and communications experts who have aligned themselves with Hootsuite, the world's leading social media management platform. We have hundreds of ambassadors all around the world helping to promote Hootsuite by sharing the benefits of this powerful tool for social media management and providing feedback to help improve our product. Our ambassadors play an important role in creating awareness, building relationships, and adding to our global voice. By becoming an ambassador, you'll have access to resources like Hootsuite University, Hootsuite Pro, and the Newhouse Advanced Social Media Strategy Certificate. We'll set you up with exclusive Hootsuite swag and give you access to our latest products and features. You'll also receive official online recognition of your role with us to add to your work history, resume, and LinkedIn. So apply today and join the social media revolution with Hootsuite.
All right, so what I'd like to share with you today is a secret sauce for how we develop this program because it is instrumental in for us being able to stay close to our customers. And it is a marathon. This is a long journey. The vision of the community team at Hootsuite is to build brand love. We want to be the most loved brand, and by doing that, that means we need to deepen relationships with our customers. And that means we need to be constantly listening and learning and adjusting. So what I want to share with you are the 6 steps We'll keep this short for how we're able to build brand love. And it does start with data and analytics. I think as we've seen here, we talked to the last speaker mentioned data porn. Everyone is looking at how we can improve our programs by having the best data. I think you need to bookend your strategy with listening and analytics on the front end to understand where your customers are, who they are, what they're saying about your brand, and then listening as you adapt your program so that you can understand what's working and what's not. So it's critical to understand that using science to bookend your advocacy program and then having all of those emotional triggers and that experiences and celebrating. So for us, it starts with listening, then attracting. So I'll share with you some of the best practices we use around how do we attract people into our program, and then onboard, which I think is one of the most critical points in being able to really make people feel welcome and to spend the right amount of time onboarding your users. And then looking at engage, it's not just engaging, but it's engaging, celebrating your users, celebrating like they are part of your family, and then adapting. So let's jump into this. So it starts with listening. And I wanted to give you this example, and I'll walk through because I know it's hard to read the slide in the back. But we know that people are talking about our brand. All of you are listening. We've all been doing this for many years, understanding what people are saying about our brand. This is the opportunity to take it to the next level and offer that trigger to say, how can you show that you are listening, you're going to take action? So we see someone that says, massive shout out to Hootsuite, their support team is brilliant. We look at this as an opportunity to then reply and say, glad things shifted for you so quickly. This is our Hootsuite help team. We manage support via our social team. We have 11 million users, and we have a fantastic support team. And they're constantly looking at social media and routing to be able to respond. So the Hootsuite community team will then respond and say, agree, the Hootsuite help team are wonderful. P.S., we'd love to invite you to our ambassador family. And then we add the link where they can easily sign up. So right away, we're catching them. We know people are proactively talking about our brand. Then we take it to the next level and offer that easy trigger to say, here's more information. We recognize you're talking about us. We'd love to invite you to join our program. The next example is someone that just might be making a comment. When you say, want to make social media easier, Hootsuite helps me and can help you too. This is how we are helping activate many of our users that are already talking about it. And then we would say, we would like to invite you to be a part of our ambassador program. And they respond saying, I'd be delighted. So again, we'll tweet out more of these examples. And then anything about opportunity for, if people are just saying, Hootsuite is my secret tool. A lot of our users are small business owners. They have their own digital agency. They're strategists. They're really working hard to service their clients if they're an agency. And so they have to use something like Hootsuite to be able to manage multiple clients. So we'll respond and say, awesome to hear. Again, here's some information about how to take that next step. So catching them while they're there. The second is attract. And I think this is one of the most important things to consider is the what's in it for me, right? It's about what you are doing for your users. This is the opportunity to say, what benefits can I give that is exclusive and different and going to provide value? And for us as a social media company, we know that providing career skills and helping our audience gain more digital skills is going to help them in the long run. So we offer exclusive access to our education products, specifically for people that want to join our program. So we give them 90 days of free Hootsuite University. Then they can extend it for another 6 months once they're in the program. That is $21 a month currently. Then Newhouse is an advanced certification program we have that's $2,000 per person for large enterprise. We give them discounts to that. And then we also use gamification. We're big fans of gamification on how people can earn points and rewards. But we know that in our research, offering education as a way to help your audience grow and learn their personal careers is helping us drive engagement. In fact, we saw 40% increase in engagement by offering this type of education program. The third way is around onboarding. And this is something that we've learned as we've grown the program over time, is how to build community from day one. And one of the things we know is, a great gamification program is great. We love Influitive for that reason, where when people are joining, they can log in, and we have the personal, Stephanie get onboarded, and here's how then they can get onboarded to be part of the program. But what we've learned really works is making sure people feel a part of the community with other customers. So for example, in Spain, we have 100 ambassadors in Spain. They love Hootsuite. They love hosting events. And what we found is when a new ambassador would join in Spain, they didn't know where the other ambassadors were. They felt rather alone. And so what we realized is, gosh, if we just welcome them and say, here are the other ambassadors in your local area that are in Barcelona, that are in Madrid, all of a sudden they had new connections. And so this was a critical moment for us to be able to surround our ambassadors through our hashtag Hootsuite and then help them get connected with other people in their local market. Because this is helping them advance their business. And then the third example is this gentleman's using Google+. We have many ways that we connect with our audiences on Twitter, on gamification platforms, using Google+ to have a private community. We want to help them share information amongst themselves. So James here is just sharing how he uses Hootsuite and what he loves. And a lot of tools are out there. We recognize that our ambassadors use a lot of tools. Social media is changing every day. So we want to help them educate each other. So as part of offering many different forms of communication vehicles to make sure that our audiences know that we're there to support them on their journey. Okay, let's talk about engage, because I think this is the one of the most important things, is how to keep that engagement going. So for us, these are the 4 areas of engagement that we've found successful in our program. When we look at amplification, great way to make sure your ambassadors can amplify your news as a company. We found that when our ambassadors are sharing our news, whether it's a new product update or a release, we got 200% more engagement. That's 200% more views to our reviews, 200% more shares, because our ambassadors were sharing our news. Insights is something that we have found to be critical for our ambassadors. If they're in a local market, we do surveys and say, what is your favorite app? What tool do you use? If they're in Brazil, they will respond and say, we use Orkut, or we use VK, and all the different type of social networks around the world. So we're helping gather insights. Then we'll share that with our product team and possibly post a blog and include them. So we're having a lot of ways that our ambassadors are sharing insights and that we're closing the loop. I want to give you an example of support, because I think this is one of the most interesting cases that we've seen. We have this 65% self-solve rate in our community, specifically because our ambassadors have been jumping in to help. So one of the things that my head of support and we were chatting about, how can we gain more self-service within our support community? As you know, we have a big challenge in trying to manage support over social media. And so I wanted to be able to send people into our community support forum that we run on Get Satisfaction. So what I did is I posted a challenge to our ambassadors. We did a 60-day challenge. We said, we challenge our ambassadors. Who can answer the most support questions within 60 days? Right away, we saw our self-solve rate within 2 months go from 30% to 65%. That eliminated the need for us to hire 2 customer advocates. So we're seeing real business results of being able to activate our users to help each other. That helps them increase their technical skills as well. And then events, I want to cover events because this is a critical part of our culture of taking online interactions offline as well. That's why we're here today. We love connecting with our peers and sharing insights, sitting around the campfire. So what we're doing at Hootsuite is we do things called Hootups. So these are meetups, Hootsuite style, where we encourage professionals to come together and share social media best practices. So it might be a meeting up at a pub, it might be in a formal event like this, it might be one of our ambassadors might work at a company and they could leverage space there. So we set up a formal program where our ambassadors could get reimbursed up to $300 to host a Hootup. And it might be just for snacks or drinks. It might be, we'll send them swag. We get them hoot kits and owlies. But it gives them more visibility in their local market. And so understanding that we want to trust our users enough for them to host events, and we make sure we package it to give them PowerPoint templates, resources, and swag, and of course, have them turn in attendee information so that they can earn points and then earn more rewards. And we found that 72% of people attending these Hootups are not Hootsuite users. They're people that are just interested in learning more about social media. So we can directly look at 13% of those attendees then converted to become customers. So we're seeing direct ability for us to impact our business by empowering our customers to be heroes in their local market. So this is how we celebrate when they do Hoot Ups. And I want to give you some examples of these Hoot Ups because it really blows my mind how creative and engaging and passionate our ambassadors are. If you look on the left here, you can see people taking pictures with the Hoot Kits. Once you sign on to become an ambassador, you have to earn a few points, fill out your information, then we send you a Hoot Kit. It's got a business card, ways for you to put your badge on LinkedIn, all ways to share stickers and Hoot Kits at events. And these are professionals as well as consumers. This is not just, everyone, in B2C would be doing this. We have B2B and B2C because people want to come together and learn social media. And so if you look, this is Adele from Australia. Shout out to our Aussie owls there. She's, holding up Hootsuite, and they're doing best practice sessions all over Australia on how they can advance their skills in social media. On the bottom left, this is a real owl. We had 3 of our ambassadors in Barcelona. They host a monthly series, and they brought a real owl to a Hoot Up. So I can't think of a better way to show passionate users how much they are embracing our culture and understanding the benefits that we are offering to them by sharing their content. People are posting time-saving tips for bloggers. We will then amplify that on our social channels. So we're definitely focusing on the what's in it for them, whether they're baking cupcakes or enjoying get-togethers. And then this example here is our ambassador yearbook. This is a way that we celebrated our audience by, at the end of last year, we came together as a team and said, gosh, how can we share all the great things that our ambassadors did last year? 2014 was a year of enormous growth. We went from, at the end and beginning of 2014, barely 100 ambassadors to almost 1,000. And that's because we had such a focus on making Hoot Ups easier, helping them onboard easier, making sure we had many channels for communication. So we put together a yearbook where we posted on Google Slides to our ambassadors. We put together 4 slides and said, we would love for you to share your experiences with us. Post whatever screenshots you have of events, share how you use Hootsuite, what you love about social media, how that helps you do your business. Over the weekend, we had 52 slides that had been created. Within 2 weeks, we had 150 slides. So for Christmas last year, we posted our ambassador yearbook. You can check it out. You can Google it. It's on SlideShare. We shared it. We had about 5,000 shares of that. But that is celebrating our audience, giving them visibility, listing them as professionals in this industry. And then the last way is to adapt. I talked about how you need science in the beginning to look at listening data to truly understand your customer on what makes them tick, and then bringing it through as you adapt. And this is one of the most important things we did, and having to look at what worked and what didn't. First way we did this is looking at content. So we would look at content that we would share with our ambassadors and say, okay, we know that, for example, in Germany, security content was shared more, and in Brazil, content about how to use visuals, because visuals are so important in that market. Or in Singapore, we found that our ambassadors really wanted social media education. People didn't understand how to use social for business, so they wanted more deeper education seminars. So we partnered up with our coaches in Singapore to host more seminars. So this is a constant learning process to understand you have to look at your local region. And for that, we tapped into any of the employees we have around the world. We have about 700 employees now around the world. And so we tap into whether it's a customer advocate or someone in marketing or someone in sales. And then we help recruit ambassadors around the world. And they become our country representative. And they share with us insights about what works and what doesn't. And then being transparent and asking for feedback. This is one of the most important things we've done, where we've said, hey, we're not seeing a lot of engagement from people that joined, a year or 2 years ago. What can we do? And that's where we learned that not everybody is comfortable hosting an event. Some people maybe just want to post a blog, or maybe just want to follow us on Twitter, or look at content we have on Instagram. So we had to make a series of activities, almost like offering an arcade of activities where people can tick off things and really have a variety. And that's what's really helped us in terms of building challenges, by really focusing on a variety of activities that your users can do. Some people love taking Owly with them wherever they go and taking pictures. That's great. That's great. And we've actually created books for Owly. It's creating brand love, and that matters to our business, because when we're talking to large enterprise customers, they want to surround themselves with Owly and with our culture to help their employees understand the value of social. So in closing, I'd like to share a couple takeaways. The first is around creating relevant experiences. Again, whether you're in B2B or B2C, your audiences have certain behaviors that you can track online, where they are hanging out, what blogs they're following, where they're commenting, making sure that you're being relevant. Before I was at Hootsuite, I worked at the networking company Cisco Systems, and the IT managers at Cisco loved Star Wars. So we took advantage of that and incorporated Star Wars and Star Trek in anything we did. So May 4th was Star Wars Day, May the 4th be with you. And so we took Cisco routers and wrapped them up to look like R2-D2. So it doesn't have to be a consumer brand with Owly. It's any brand to look at what your audience does, what they read, what type of TV shows they watch. All this information can be accessed when people are sharing online. And then I think making content sharing simple and easy. When I say, we send out this Owly, but we make sure that we make it easy to share. There's a lot of rewards programs that I'm a part of. When I redeem my points and I get a prize, I did this recently with Aveda. I was so excited to get all this new shampoo because I had all these points. And so I redeemed my points, I got my box at home, and I opened it up, and I was ready to take that picture and share. But there was no Twitter handle, there was no hashtag, there was nothing about please share your experience. So I didn't share anything. I didn't know if they wanted me to share. So don't forget the opportunity. If you're mailing something to a customer, make it easy for them to capture that picture, share their experience, become a part of the community. And then I want to close on the point around challenging, really understanding that your users are very advanced and finding different ways for them to gain skills, whether it's education programs, whether it's connecting with other peers in their local market. That's been one of the most rewarding things for us, is we not only have a direct engagement with our customers are connecting with each other. And we're seeing that in true business value, the fact that they're now answering support inquiries at a faster rate than our employees can. So I would like to say that the new 5 C's of community around content and connectivity should include challenge. I think that challenging and gamification should be part of every program. And with that, I'd like to thank you very much for your attention.